Well, we did have more rain overnight. That's Marty there on the step, Morris behind him. Stripe is in one of the tall chairs, and Gray, Slate, and Tux are all waiting patiently on the platform. So, and I did see Panther at the front door. And here's little girl. So, nighttime. So we got everybody. Thankfully, they don't really mind eating over here versus on the ground. Really doesn't matter to them. Even if they only stay up here for 5 minutes, it is still helpful. As far as everybody eating in peace, and Stripe will quietly follow me back down the hill, hoping that the others don't notice. I didn't think it was raining, but it is spitting a little bit. Not gonna stop us. Not worried about it. I noticed there was a smudge on the lens yesterday in a few of the clips, especially in the middle there. I'm sorry about that. I am cleaning the lens all the time, but sometimes you just can't see it when you're filming, or you know, it's been an hour and you haven't looked at the lens. This G7X Mark III and Mark II is really complicated to keep the lens clean on the outside because of the closing accordion kind of lens cover, and also inside because it's not really a weatherproof housing and dust gets in there and there's no good way to clean it. You can use a vacuum to kind of suction around it and hope the dust flies to the side. But to really clean inside of there, you kind of got to drill a hole and insert a Q-tip, and it's a real mess. And anyway, but it's clean for now. But as soon as I get out in the rain, it'll probably have water spots on it. I'll try to keep a watch on it. Good morning, Model X. We're headed over by to Highway 55 entrance to the trail we were on last Sunday. We're gonna walk into the North Lake, South Lake trail from the opposite direction and kind of get the mileage on that, the walking, how far that is. And yes, the car's still on autopilot. Try to pull into that left turn lane coming up Judd Parkway. Ruby does it, Jules does it. I'm sure any other Tesla on autopilot also does it. Yep. That's what happened there when Don swerved a little bit. Jules went left, Don corrected right. So here's the entrance into this little parking area. We were here one time before and showed it to you. This is brand new, the pedestrian crosswalk and everything. They've done a really nice job here. And I didn't figure it would be too crowded this morning over here. And we will park Jules and go for a walk.
You wasted all those steps. You walked all the way around the car to right there, and you still haven't started your fitness thing. Notice how far I've moved before I start my fitness tracker.
Well, I still got to count the steps, just not as part of my outdoor walk.
Right.
Don probably would have parked down on the end. Maybe he could have taken that far end corner, but people cut through over here. The planning of you got to walk all the way to the end down there to pick up the trail is a little, I think it was poor planning. People aren't going to all walk. They're out here to exercise, but those last 20 steps around the end down there is...
But if you cross, coming over or crossing, if you're going
that makes sense.
It makes sense. But the other thing is, you know, I'm out here for exercise, so trying to cut every step off. I just want to get my exact number of steps and then not one step more.
Well, you do know, because it's Saturday morning, we're going 2.5 miles today and not 2, right? Just to set that bit in your head.
Nobody said anything about extra.
He's been cutting us back to 2 miles because he wants his coffee done the weekdays. But I'm calling 2.5 miles today. Oh, wow. We got a little tree down across the trail over here. A little excitement this morning.
That walking trail that we've been taking, that's one I run on, and it always has
stuff down. Yeah.
Went after a storm.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Woodpecker. You've lost a good tree there.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, but, you know, I only take down dead trees if they're infringing upon important stuff, because they really are a source for woodpeckers. There's a lot of water down there in the little creek this morning. The blackberries are really getting close. You can start to see a hint of red in there. You know, about the time they're almost ripe and ready for picking, the deer will come in overnight and clean them. So Besides, I really liked making blackberry cobbler those few times we picked the blackberries, and these would be probably pretty easy picking. Doesn't look like they've sprayed anything over here because it's all nice and green, the grass. But you have to add so much sugar to it to make it palatable that by the time you've done that, it's hardly a health food at that point. Well, I have to say that lift station actually doesn't smell too good. Be glad when we get to the other side of it. So Don has on this new Under Armour shirt. Turn around and walk backwards for a second. It says run. I got him at Guardian Angel yesterday. I have to say the orange, you need to turn, the trail turn. I set you up there telling you to run backwards right at the curve of the road. Not on purpose. Anyway, it came from Guardian Angel yesterday. I have to say that's one of those colors though that the camera doesn't pick it up just right. It's really a beautiful neon orange, but the red filter, the color filter on the camera is a bit off. I said, wow, this is so pretty here, and Don went, well, there's cattails in there, and I'm envisioning all the wildlife that must be in this wet spot at other times, even though I don't see any right this minute.
Yeah, I did think mosquitoes.
Yeah, I'm sure at 5 p.m. on the wrong day of the year, you wouldn't really want to be on this trail. This is, you know, pretty thick back here, pretty thick. Good morning. Holy, you know what? Look at the rocks around that pool. Wow. Fire pit, party deck covering. Wow, we haven't been on the trail, I don't think 10 minutes even, and we're already at the spot where we walked to the last time and turned around this Greenway system sign over here.
9 minutes, 39 seconds.
I knew it was about 10 minutes. I have a good, you know, I'm a mom.
4.3 miles, we're almost done.
We are not. So we basically picked up the trail roughly in the middle, sort of in the middle, maybe just a little bit west of middle. This is supposed to be 2 miles from Club Works to the high school, which unfortunately means 4 miles if you just really start at one end and go all the way to the other end and back. Thus us turning around close to halfway last time. I love you. I was thinking I'm lucky you just don't take off and run and leave me and come back for me.
Nah, I wouldn't do that. I'm down here to enjoy time with my pretty girl.
I guess one has to wonder why there aren't any houses right here, because, you know, just a short distance behind us on the trail, there's houses on that lot of land. Not that I'm saying they need to take away green area. I'm just questioning. Usually developers are pretty greedy and don't allow land that could be developed. But who's to say they won't come in and still do it? Well, no beautiful blue sky reflection today. It's still a pretty view on even a cloudy day though. So that's a solar powered one. I actually have one of those in a box that I haven't put out. That's cool that it's doing that. That's really cool. I wondered what they did to get the power out there, but that's one of those solar ones. There's the lift station, and the high school is just on the other side of those big trees, and I am at 1.25, which is half of what I wanted to walk today. So we're gonna go ahead and turn around. But I think for future reference, we could park on 55, walk to the high school and back, and that's not unreasonable.
Right, yeah, I'm at 1.5 right now.
Yeah. My watch says 1.3, 127 beats per minute, and Siri popped up even though I didn't ask her to. Go away, Siri. And I can't tell you how many minutes because Siri's interfering. 2 minutes and 33 seconds. So we're probably still on our general normal 22 to 26 minute pace. It's just that we've gone more than the 1 mile. I didn't look at the 1 mile mark. Several of these homes have a really nice garden. I guess that does get plenty of sun. If I had that, you know, a spot out in the open with that much sun, I would try again. even if it was just tomatoes and cucumbers. My dad always gardened, but you know, when I lived in Willow Springs and where Don's house is, there's just so much shade, it's not very conducive to gardening. There's somebody out in the water over there. I was just thinking I should have told Don I wanted to canoe around Bass Lake this morning. It's a, you know, one of the few summer days where it's not, you're not miserable baking out in the sun in the canoe. And as we all know, I do like to be out on the water. You can definitely hear the water gushing, see it gushing. I said we had more rain overnight, but I didn't look at how much. I'm sure it was another ½ an inch at least. Here's the morning bunny. Good morning, bunny. Wow, somebody came by and lifted it out of the way, and I know, and Don knows from previous experience, how heavy that type of, it looks dead and all innocent, and then it weighs 200-300 pounds. So maybe it was a couple guys came by together. We did pass a couple, and the one guy had a big pack on his back, and Don speculated he was prepping.
I probably would have moved it on the way back, but on the way out I would have had
dirty
crap all over me.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't think you should have tried to move it. Anyway, we passed the guy prepping for the Appalachian Trail and briefly spoke with him. He had a big pack on, and Don guessed what he was up to, and I asked him, and he said, yep. He had a big old pack. Got to work your way up to supporting that on a longish walk, I guess. I know a couple people, younger people, that have done the Appalachian Trail.
Maybe walk an hour and 3 minutes. Well, actually, it's almost an hour and 4 minutes.
How far is your
2.93 miles? Well, I feel
oh, well, Donnie, I'm sorry, but if it's 2.93, we need to walk the other 0.7.
Right here and not a step further.
Oh, that's so funny. An hour and 5 minutes and 5 seconds, 2.7 miles and 125 beats per minute right now. And I tell Don, the more I walk, the more I want to walk because I feel so good. Don says he's never gotten an endorphin rush running at one time in his life. Somehow I feel that can't possibly be true.
I always say the thing I liked about exercise is it's over.
Well, I'm telling you, I feel so good right now. We could go back and do the same walk again and I'd be fine. I might have to slow down a smidge, but honestly, I feel that good right now. So let's go. Anybody else want to go for a walk?
No.
See, that's the problem when I get to feeling good.
Yeah. Truly
feeling good, I can run circles around, well, almost anybody. All my life, people have been trying to slow me down, get me to sit still, getting me to calm, chill out, and that is just like not who I am unless I'm not feeling good. So now 74, 56 steps, baby. I think we won't have to go out for a walk tonight. I'm not saying we won't, but we won't have to. You're home.
That's right.
Are you gonna have another cup of coffee?
No, I'm probably
gonna take a nap.
Well, I'm probably gonna watch YouTube and probably take a nap.
Yeah. Have the option of taking a nap. A nice relaxing morning, not have to get into the office or anything. His new employee there that's working with him is doing the Saturday, Sunday stuff now, so he's off that.
Yeah, he does a really good job. He's better at that than I am because he's got experience with this particular product. So he has used it for a couple of years at another, his previous employer. So I don't really understand all that stuff. I just, I just code stuff. But using stuff, I'm not the best user of an application. He's a better user.
So anyway, I was just going to thank you for going with me because I would not be walking by myself and getting that exercise if you didn't come. Not because I'm afraid, but because it would be, even with Pokemon Go, it would be so boring not to have you along. So thank you for changing your routine for me and caring about my health.
That's right. Get my girls get all better.
I was telling the chiropractor lady yesterday how great Dawn was. I think she's single. Like, but no, you can't have him, but he's that great. Yeah, I really appreciate you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I sat down very quietly just to see who would show up, and Tux has come from behind the carport, and Gray came out for some loving, some brush down time, some mama time. I do have the glove brush here and I have been rubbing her. I'm quietly offering Tux a walk. Dang it, he saw Marty. Marty won't follow us though. Stripe will follow us. Now I'm gonna have to go give him more encouragement. Uh-oh, Marty, don't do that. Are you more ready for a nap than you are a walk? I'm trying. Well, this is as far as Tux got. Gray tried to come past him. He chased her back a little bit. And I guess, you know, I waited a little too late in the day. Hey, buddy. Hi. Hi. Hello. Is it nap time for you like it is for Donnie? Hey, bud. Is it nap time? The official overnight rainfall was 1 2/10 inches, so a lot. So we're watching Monroe live, and Sandy's passed out because he saw the cooling system on the Mach-E, and yeah, that is a lot. So I made a comment when I saw the frunk how nice it looked, and I'd seen it online a couple times, but seeing it in person, it looked really clean. Well, now I understand why it was so darned clean, because they had to cover up all this other stuff that was, I mean, even if you take out Ruby or Jules's frunk, it doesn't look like this. Nope. So it's nice and clean. It's pretty darn clean. You know, there's a big HEPA filter underneath Ruby, and you can see the air conditioning compressor, and that's about what you see. Wow. Yeah. Okay. So I moved the blue corner mansion to the dining room table. I'll probably take a picture of it next to one of the other builds over there, either the medium lavender build or the corner candy store. I'm back working on the monster mansion. I hope I have all the parts I need. If not, I'll be starting something up while I order what I need and wait for it. No big deal. And yeah, it's coming along nice. I got this floor laid down, and I'm starting on the decorations. This is the wrong color, but it's going to get covered up with floor color anyway, so no worries. So our door lock has been beep, 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 beep extra when we've been unlocking it.
So the batteries in there, I put in 5/19/2020. So the batteries last about a year.
And there's 4 AA's.
4 AA's, that's right.
And he's going to switch them out because this is on our list of smart things, devices that need to be moved to the new hub. And, you know, it gets annoying when it beeps and eventually it dies. So, yeah. So Dawn's got the PDF for the lock up so we can figure out how to repair it. That's what today's project's going to involve, is a lot of, okay, this is the device we need to do next. How do we unpair it, repair it? You know, we're probably going to have to pull up manuals. They're probably all online. It's just, you know, it's going to take 10-15 minutes per device probably to sort out what the steps are, and I'll help him where I can. Right now I'm still putting some decorations on this, but I told him you know, I'm available, I can stop, I can be his gopher, I can do whatever he needs me to do.
What on here is I've got the hub. This is the version 1 SmartThing hub, and then Marianne's power bank, and I've got it plugged into a 50-foot Ethernet cable, and I'm testing the thing.
SmartThings app on your phone.
Yeah, I said I'm testing. There it goes. A little slow. I guess I should get a light bulb. Okay, so it's on now. Now it's off. Okay, so when you go in pair and unpair mode, the hub goes into low power mode. So you have to be very close to the device. And it does that especially in pairing mode. That way, if it can talk to the device and pair it in low power mode, when the hub goes up to full power, then you'll get a nice reliable connection. So anything that's on the fringe, you won't be able to pair and then not be able to talk to it. So if you can get it to pair, it'll talk to it. That's the thing. And also, the Z-Wave is supposed to be a peer-to-peer. In other words, this Z-Wave is supposed to relay to another Z-Wave, to a relay to another, so you can build a mesh network so that they'll translate. So a lot of times you have to do it in the reverse order. You start with the things closest to the hub, put the first one in, and then put something a little further, and then you have to do it that way. All this information
I found out back in my Vera days, which goes all the way back to like 2007 and 2008. They don't talk about this stuff much anymore. So anyway, I tried to unpair the Wayne Dalton while I was in the garage, and it would not unpair it. It failed. It said, you know, try again later. So this is my first time unpairing recently. I have unpaired a thing or two over the years, but you know, I've got to unpair every device. I don't want to start with the door lock, because if I screw that up,
That's money.
That's money. These Wayne Dalton switches, these are very old. You know, they're inexpensive. They're easily replaced. So I'm gonna start by deleting this guy. I got my hub right there. So I'm going to edit, and now I'm just going to delete device, and I'm doing a delete, and it pops up with a screen. It says, you know, do something. Do what you're supposed to do. Now to pair it, okay, device has been deleted, like I thought.
Closer.
You have to be close to the hub because it goes in low power mode. So in this case, this does not have, if this hub had Wi-Fi, this would be no big deal, but this hub doesn't support Wi-Fi. The new hub supports Wi-Fi. So they don't have to use the 50-foot Ethernet cable, just wherever Wi-Fi reach, but you still have to have a USB battery bank to carry it around. So now that I've successfully unpaired this guy, I can now add this to the new hub if I would like to do that.
When you're ready.
When I'm ready, but I'm not going to do that yet. I'm going to probably mess up. So now this is another type of Z-Wave switch, and I'm going to undo it. It's called Energy Switch is the name of it. Such a creative name. I'm such a, you know,
as long as you know what it is, that's all that matters.
yeah, that's right. Let's see. Energy switch. I'm trying to get to my, actually, I had it garage energy switch. All right, so this is the energy switch. So make sure it turns it on and turns it off. I think I heard it click.
I did.
Right.
Might not be able to hear it on video, but I clearly heard the click.
All right, so there it is. So now I'm going up here, click on edit. I'm clicking on delete device. Are you sure yes, I want to delete it. And it pulls up that same screen.
Yep.
And there's a little blue button on this thing. And I'm pushing that button. And I'm pushing that button. I said I'm pushing that button. Please. Please.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, he's got a big red exclamation point.
Yeah,
That didn't look good.
yeah. Yeah, like I said. Come on. Yeah, famous last words.
Like we said, we're probably going to have to pull up the owner's manual on almost all of these. This one, you have to tap it 3 times quick.
That's what.
Not on, off, on, off, on, off, which is what Don was trying. They're all a little different. Isn't that just so much fun? Now, all the new A1s that don't go through this thing, it's different, but we want to keep on using all these older devices until they don't work anymore.
That was it. You just had to do it 3 times. That was that quick. Bang. I didn't know.
Well, we are educated on it now. It's done. Master bedroom, dining room, kitchen, front yard lights looks like he's working on now. Cat hotel, the light out there. He's going to do the leak sensor that's under the kitchen sink. You know, all that stuff. He's working hard over here. You can see he's moved the hub closer, which was why I put it on the Ethernet cable and powered it with the power bank.
And twice.
So this one isn't 3 times or on and off. This one is 2 times because we need variety in our life here. Yes, this is where no standards means a lot of trouble for the homeowner if they buy from various different companies.
Yeah. So the lock was tricky, but I got it unprogrammed. I would recommend don't hold your cell phone really. Don't be there. I kicked off the delete mode on my phone and set it down 20 feet away. And then I went back over and did the programming at the lock, and it worked.
But you had to press something a second time?
Yeah. Well, the instructions, honest, I got the
PDF up and they don't work.
I got the official instructions. And the official instructions don't talk about removing, and it doesn't really even talk about programming. It says refer to your hub, how to program it, which makes no sense. I watched a YouTube video, and it was close, but no cigar. And then, but I did adapt to it, and you basically have to push the select button, type in the programming code. The select button turns orange. You push the orange select button one more time. It turns green. You hit the 0 key, and then it beeps, and it unpaired.
Cool.
Okay, that's it. These are the local ones, with the exception of the 2 outside that I've deprogrammed, but they're all wired in so that they don't get out in the weather. But and then of course the light switches and things like that. So this is all the Z-Wave stuff. So now I'm gonna set up the new controller and go back and do this all over again
in reverse.
And then of course I have to program it all, because you know, Kitten, she needs to be on by this time and turn off at that time, and then of course I have stuff that's based on the.
But at least you can sit on your butt.
That's right.
And do that part.
That's my favorite part, sitting on my butt.
To be clear, I basically have only herded cats a few times and haven't done a darn thing to help him except for make him tell me what he was doing so I could film it for you guys. But my house is coming along just grand.
This is the new hub, Aerotech. And like I said, they wanted like $130 for it, but I got it because Samsung sent me a special discount code. I think it was $40, $39 free shipping. And it looks, you know, it looks a lot like the other one.
It's hard to choose an alternate when they're going to give you that good of a deal on it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You know.
You're sitting on the floor.
Yeah, that's because I had to come over and do the QR code on the bottom of the new hub.
It works like the Ring devices.
Yeah.
You scan the QR code and then it does its magic.
Add a device, and you said yes. Does it have a QR code? Yeah. And then all of a sudden it's downloading updates and doing all this kind of stuff.
Way cool. Don says the pairing is going much better than the unpairing. Well, I made tons of progress, as you can see, and this is where I'm stopping for today. The interior is done. It's a matter of doing the rest of the roof, which is one more layer like this. And then this is sort of built up with an extra peak up here, if you'll remember from the other one. So I am 10 to 16 of these Palisade bricks short. And I'm going to hope that maybe, just maybe, they're in that new bin from Guardian Angel. I don't think it's out of the question. It's not like trying to find black slopes. I also may not have enough black slopes. But I'm not going to count in advance. I'll figure that out tomorrow.